Yeah, I was protecting myself just in case I touched mouse doo-doo and then touched my face.
You don't sound mature when you word it that way.
Or maybe mouse TT and then touch my face.
All right, it's episode 52 of the Musers, the podcast. I'm Gordon, joined by my friend George. Say hi, George.
Oh, hi, everybody. I'm George.
Joined by our other friend, because we only have two friends. Each of us only has two friends.
That's it.
That's the other two guys. Our other friend, Craig.
Hi, I'm Craig.
And I'm Buffett.
And Muffin joins us. Muffin
Wow.
is a little puppet that's a raccoon? Gopher?
Unsure.
What are you, Muffin?
You don't know what you are.
No.
No one ever told you.
No. They just said, put on this costume and go on the...
Did they ever DNA test you?
Nope.
And like you tested...
that 23andMe?
You're like 50% puppet, 50% raccoon?
Nope. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, well...
But I'll quit wasting your time.
No, you're welcome to join us for the whole episode.
Jeez. Beating.
Join us for the whole episode. All right, before we get into today's very, very important topic, we do have to do a little letter of the week from the listeners who can email us at themuserspod@gmail.com.
By the way, are you okay?
No. I'm playing hurt because I think I may be hanta'd up. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about it. When was hantavirus? When was that big scare? Like in the 90s?
Last year?
No, I meant like when we first became aware of hantavirus.
I don't remember the first big
that was
scare.
last year for me. I didn't hear about it till...
You had a hantavirus scare last year?
No, but isn't that what got...
Gene Hackman's wife.
Hackman's wife, yeah.
That's when it first really made the rounds for me. I don't remember one in the 90s.
Well, yes. I mean, everyone... I thought a whole new generation became aware of it when hantavirus thinned out the Hackman household. But when we were starting this job in radio, I remember hantavirus was making
I don't remember that.
a huge debut. And the people were warning about hantavirus is really spreading. Hantavirus is something you get from rat feces and mouse droppings. And recently, I was cleaning out an area that had some rodent activity. That's the euphemism we use for a rodent bombing zone. We just say, we did see some rodent activity.
And the way to clean it is just get a shop vac and vacuum it up, right?
No, well, this is the thing. I was real worried about this because I did this and I knew there was a scare of it because I had Gene Hackman's widow in mind because she died last year of it. And so as I'm cleaning this, I'm like concerned, but I'm also really tired. So I'm like, I don't want to go to the store and buy a K95 mask or whatever. So I'll just pull the T-shirt up over my mouth.
That's the worst mask.
And I used a vacuum cleaner to vacuum this stuff up, and it was a vacuum cleaner that has a HEPA filter, a series of HEPA filters on it. So it's not supposed to, it's supposed to filter everything out as it exhausts back into the air.
But this is like a nice vacuum cleaner that you use on your home?
It is, George.
So
it truly is.
You shouldn't reuse that, should you, in your home?
Well,
No.
I'll put another bag in it.
Okay.
Still pretty hanta'd up.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
sounds like
use it.
Hanta.
So I'm getting all worried about it because I started feeling sick the past couple days. You can hear my voice is a little scratchy. I'm really tired, but I can't really distinguish whether I'm tired because I'm hanta'd or because I've been working in such heat for long hours and not drinking enough water.
That's probably it. Yes, that will do it.
So I was all worried about it this morning. I mentioned it to our other friend, Craig, and you told the story that you had recently done the same thing, and you were even more risky than I was with it.
Yes, I got a shop vac and vacuumed out an exterior closet and a porch area, a lot of rat droppings or mouse droppings. And I did wear gloves, but I did not wear a mask.
You didn't
at all.
wear the T-shirt,
No.
bandit,
The mask
No.
is
the
the key.
cheap bank robbery.
Yeah.
Gloves is
disguise.
And afterwards, I regretted because I knew that I was stirring all of that up and it was going into the air and I was probably breathing in. I'm fine. Nothing happened to me.
That
I
was
didn't
how
have
long ago?
symptoms.
How long ago did you say?
That was probably 5-6 weeks ago.
Yeah, they say that's when hantavirus shows up 6 weeks later.
They do say it can show up anywhere 1 to 8 weeks. So I shouldn't be tempting fate by saying I'm fine.
So I'm too early for it. So, see, I'm fine.
That's so weird that this has come up because this week I was about to do the same thing. We've got a outdoor area that has, and there's a lot of
activity.
Yes, a lot of activity out there, and I was going to do the same thing, but now I'm paranoid to do it.
Well, see, he did it with a shop vac, and I guarantee you didn't have a HEPA filter on that.
It's got some kind of filter inside, but
yeah, it's got
yeah, it's a little foam filter. It's not HEPA'd. You got to get HEPA'd, and you should be wearing something on your face too. Now, that is exactly what Gene Hackman's wife was doing, right? She was cleaning out an area that was in an area not too far from where you were,
yes.
I'm assuming. So, I mean, the rodents there are hanta'd up.
I know. It's the deer mouse that carries the hantavirus.
So it's one that you love.
No, DEER, not DEAR.
Muffin like that one. Yeah, I was playing to the muffin crowd there.
So here are the advanced symptoms that can show up if you've got a really bad case. They show up 4 to 10 days after exposure. Tell me if you have any of this. Coughing.
I'm starting to develop a cough, yeah.
Tight chest.
It's always tight, but I think it's fine because it's just this radiating pain down my left arm.
Shortness of breath.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think I've just diagnosed you as having it.
Yeah.
With full-blown hanta.
You are positive for full-blown hanta. You should seek emergency medical help.
Well, I got to do a podcast first. So now hanta is not something that you can transmit sexually, right?
Yeah, like are we in danger if you kiss us during this podcast?
I started to step away from him last night. He goes, I can't, this is not contagious. I said, well, how do you know?
Because I think that you can only get it from rat fecus. Yeah. Feces. I think you can only get it from that, from what I understand. So as long as, I mean, we could kiss each other, and as long as one of us doesn't have a mouthful of rat droppings.
You're starting to look like a rat, too.
What?
You're starting,
no, it doesn't
starting
transform
to take on rat
you into
features.
No, that's not the way it works.
According to AI, in almost all cases, hantavirus cannot be spread from person to person.
Well, that doesn't help us. That doesn't allay all fears.
Right.
Yeah, I think that it's not in bodily fluids.
Okay.
So, like, if
I hope you don't have it.
If I accidentally got a little semen on George's hand, or his lapel.
Yeah, that's gross, but I think
Lapel
you're okay.
Semen is the name of my first album, by the way.
And I don't think you have it. I think working in the heat for 3 straight days and you're not drinking enough water, that's probably what it is.
Yeah. And I'm having air conditioning problems, so it's like,
Okay.
it's so hot.
So there is one type of hantavirus called the Andes virus, ANDES, like the mountains.
Mm-hmm. That's the mountains where people eat each other all the time.
Yes. That has been known to spread person to person, and it
been known.
It spreads through close contact or bodily fluids.
Oh, no. George.
We're doing a podcast in confined quarters.
Yes, and I have bodily fluids just flying out everywhere.
Now this site doesn't specifically mention a podcast, but
see, that's the thing. I don't think you can get it on a podcast.
Nah, probably not.
So yeah, I'm a little bit worried about it, but I'm actually less worried about it now. And this makes zero sense.
After talking to 2 medical experts, you feel better about it?
No, this is the thing that doesn't make any sense about it is after Craig shared his story of being less protected than I was, that made me feel safer because he's closer to death than I am.
And I'm doing fine.
And he's doing fine.
He wore gloves.
You don't get it from gloves. You get it from inhaling.
No.
The gloves have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I was protecting myself just in case I touched mouse doo-doo and then touched my face.
You don't sound mature when you word it that way.
Or maybe mouse TT and then touch my face.
So yes, I don't know if I'm hanta'd up. This may be the last podcast. Is the takeaway from that.
Yeah,
well, our thoughts
dramatic.
And prayers are with you.
And I almost didn't go out last night. The 3 of us all went out last night to a concert together Had a great time. We were dancing with each other. That was a lot of fun. Got wasted.
I loved it.
Riding on each other's shoulders, shirtless, singing our favorite hits. And so Giorgio, I met him like right up front in the lobby of this place. And I told you, hey, I'm feeling a little deer moused. And he was like, he stepped away from me, and I said, no, you can show love towards me. Remember what Princess Diana did? Remember how memorable that was when she did that?
Yes.
Yeah, in the 80s. So I tried to convince you to hug me. You were no Princess Diana.
No, I was not.
You were not going to
I knew
show
about
me
that
affection.
whole Andes thing.
You had no idea. You just found out that was a mountain range just now. But yeah, and then you remember what happened right after that? We go up to George, of course, is trying to get me to drink because
why not?
Because you never like to be alone when you're drinking.
Yeah, it makes me feel better.
So we go up to the bar, and I tell the waiter there, bartender, say, can I just need a water. It's like blazing hot here in Texas where we record this. And so a water, and then it's a night out, so you're thinking maybe designated driver, Usually bartenders are so good with you when you just want water,
Mm-hmm.
They look at you like you're responsible. So this guy turns around and opens up this 28-ounce can of something, puts it in front of me, and then spins the little screen around, and it's $6
Wow.
for a can of water. I just wanted regular tap water.
Yeah, but it's a super hydrator.
And I'm like, I just wanted regular water, and his can's already open. So it's like, okay, inventory will be off if you don't pay for it. So I just spent $6 right out of the gate for water. And then George orders a beer, and it's only like $4. Yeah, that's the country we live in.
Yeah,
Costs more for water.
How do we get to a point where we are paying for water?
I don't know.
Water fountains everywhere.
Think of how many people passed on that idea when someone started pitching.
What?
Yeah.
We're
We're going to have bottled water.
That's not going to work.
And everyone in the 70s is like, what do you mean? Like from the tap? Well, I don't get
Maybe.
it.
Yeah.
And you look on these bottled waters, and they oftentimes will say which
From the Houston water supply.
Yeah, from the Houston Municipal Water Supply. Like, why did I pay for this?
Right.
But if you do own a water company, you want us to sponsor you, we sure as hell will.
Yes, it works.
Yeah,
no doubt.
No problem there. But yeah, how often do you drink tap water versus
a day?
All
really?
the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I'm a tap water guy too, and people look at me like I'm crazy.
I drink it every day, but we do have a reverse osmosis filter at our sink.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
good.
I use that.
But I have noticed a lot of people that have the filters, they never change the things, and they say that oftentimes is worse than just drinking straight tap water.
I could see that.
If you're just collecting the contaminants from years of water usage.
It's a
and then
beating
you're
to change that filter in their fridge, too.
Yeah, I've given up on that.
You still have a blinking light that
I'm
says
starting
change
a
filter.
campaign that it's Americans in favor of ripping out ice makers and water dispensers and refrigerators. That's the thing that always goes wrong with those deals.
Yeah.
Well, now we got these motherboards that are controlling it, which are going out too. But I'm telling you, I have had probably 4 refrigerators. The ice maker goes out within the first year of the refrigerator, and that refrigerator will limp along for, 8-9 years before you replace it.
And who do you call to fix a fridge?
Fridge repairman.
When's the last time you did that?
I did that once and repaired the ice maker once, and then that was it. I'm not doing it again.
I've done it twice in probably 8 years.
Okay.
We had a new fridge we put in a year ago, and it went on the blink 6 months in, had the guy come out and repair it. And before that, my old fridge, I had the guy come out. 2 different guys, but why do you think that's a rare thing?
I don't know. I've just never had someone come out to repair. I just write out the water filter or the ice maker that doesn't work, thinking, I don't know.
Yeah, but sometimes the fridge actually stops working.
Yeah, that's
because
what,
they're so complicated.
that's what ours
okay,
was.
Yeah. I've just not, and I've tried. Okay, let me try to do this filter switch out one more time, and it's like it's out of Star Wars. It just kind of magically goes in there, and it kind of sucks it up into the.
What? What kind of weird fridge
You haven't experienced that?
No.
You put the filter up there and it just kind of goes.
And it accepts it?
Yes.
It's like a pneumatic bank tube or something?
But somehow I don't do it right.
Huh.
And the ice maker doesn't work.
I was reading a whole article about this. I don't know why this is not interesting to you guys, but about how appliances are so less reliable than they used to be.
I believe it.
Really?
Like if you have a fridge from the 70s and 80s, if you don't throw it away for decorative reasons, it's probably still running today.
I have
Because
one
they don't have a lot of complication. Now, they're not as energy efficient, but they will last you for an eternity. I mean, there's people that are still running old Norge fridges from like the 30s or something like that. Or something.
Hey, my parents had refrigerators and washer and dryers that lasted 40 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, and I'm kicking myself. I got rid of my parents' old washer and dryer. It was the old top loader washer that, is not very efficient at all with
Didn't
water
take much
use,
to get it out of balance.
but it'll last for forever.
Yeah.
And repair guys love those old machines. That's
they're
what
easy.
that's what they'll use. They'll say, I'll keep that forever because it will last you 30 or 40 years.
Wow.
But the newer stuff doesn't last very long.
That's
It's kind of
cool,
like
though.
cars now. Cars have gotten the same way. People are having all kinds of problems with new cars.
Really?
Yeah.
It's basically a rolling computer.
It's a rolling computer. And as you've heard on this very podcast, which our back catalog is available, listen to it anytime, your new cars are spying on you. The data collection on
I
new
had no
cars.
idea till you told us.
And a
all that
lot
stuff.
of younger people. There was a girl recently, the War on Beauty girl, has a YouTube channel. She did a whole essay on this, and a lot of young people are now really revolting against the newer cars and things that can't be fixed, and then they're also spy machines. So they're wanting a classic car, which to them is a car that was made in the late 90s, early aughts.
Right.
That's the sweet spot for getting yourself a dependable car, and young people are moving towards that trend too. There was I think it was a survey done by Haggerty that showed what?
Dan Haggerty.
Who's Dan Haggerty? I'm of today's world, so I don't really know.
Oh,
that
really? The guy who
reference.
talks about the Brady Bunch all the time has no idea.
Dan
who
Haggerty talks about
is?
the Brady Bunch all the time.
I'm gonna punch him.
So they did this survey. Hold on, Muffin. They did a survey and found that I think it was Gen Zers. I always get the generations confused. It was young people that had like a 60% desire. 60% of them had a desire to own a classic car versus only like 30% of boomers actually desired to own a classic car.
I believe that.
And you always associate classic cars with boomers
Yeah.
and being all into it. But now the newer classic cars, it's the young people.
So go back a little bit. Do today's cars not last as long, or do people just want to change them out or trade them for a classic car, or is it hard to drive today's new cars and their technology 100,000 miles?
Well, it's a few things. One of them is, of course, price. They've gotten way, way expensive, I think, outpacing inflation. They've gotten overly complicated, so there's so many more opportunities for things to go wrong on them. So they'll go back into a shop for some little annoying little thing that you have to constantly bring it back in for.
Mm-hmm.
So then that bothers people because they're not dependable that way. And they have gotten so complicated that no one can actually do like regular service on them. Another thing that's really hurt cars, and I don't know exactly why manufacturers have done this, but it's the 10,000-mile oil change. There was a big war. I think Mercedes actually started this, kicking off to where, no, this is great. You don't have to do much maintenance. Matter of fact, automatic transmissions, you never have to. It's lifetime fluid. 10,000-mile oil intervals. I know I'm pronouncing it weird. I say oil. It's supposed to be oil.
You said oral.
No. And it's really sludging up the engines on these cars, and so now the cars are not lasting very long. And I don't know why manufacturers are doing this. It can't be a play to just get you to buy a new car. We want to make our car less reliable, and so you'll buy another less reliable car
Right.
from
Sure.
us.
Why not?
I don't get it.
See, from my perspective, cars today are way better and way better built, and because I never see cars broken down on the side of the road.
They don't break down as much as they
30
used to.
years ago,
Overheat and all that.
30 years
mess.
ago on the highway, every 20 miles you're passing someone who's on the side of the road waving for help. And it seems like today they're so incredibly reliable.
Well, I think that was because people 30 years ago were driving cars from the 70s and the 80s. Those were the ones that were broken down on the side of the road. But if you had a car that was in the mid-90s, let's say, those were pretty darn dependable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right. We used to see broken down cars when we were kids. It was like
Was not unusual.
Not unusual.
All the time.
And it would even be stuff like, I remember in parking lots at shopping centers. I remember the first time I noticed my dad went over and opened up somebody else's car that was parked in a shopping center parking lot and turned off their lights for them. Because back then, if your lights were on, they were just on until the battery ran out.
Yep.
There's no auto shut-off function
Mm-hmm.
happening. But yeah, people would break down for those kind of reasons. And overheating was a big issue back then. Cars definitely did get better. But then at some point they got too complicated for their own good. So, move back to younger cars and get yourself an old refrigerator, George.
That's right.
And when you're cleaning out the spot where your new refrigerator that broke down was, get all that hantavirus rodent droppings back behind it. Just make sure
wear
you're
a mask.
A HEPA filter. You like that, Muffin?
Oh, yeah. That's good advice, right?
All right,
there.
letter of the week, Muffin.
Okay.
Give us the sounder.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Last podcast, we talked about the Great American Road Trip. That was a fantastic podcast. I really loved that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's good storytelling, and it was great hearing from the P1s about their adventures in the American road trip. And our first letter here comes from Melody. She says, great podcast on the American road trip. It brought back so many great memories for me. I also loved your letter of the week, as I do feel like I know each of you personally, and I care about each of you, and speak of you to others as if we are friends.
Oh,
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
really nice.
She says that when she was a girl, she was growing up, and she always wanted to sit in their station wagon's rear-facing seat on their family road trips. And her mother, who would drive on these road trips, would kind of defeat her because they always were night drivers. So we never were that way.
Yeah.
But there are some families that they always started their road trip at night.
We did some of
Mm-hmm.
that.
And it does make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Less
Because
traffic.
less traffic, it's cooler
Yep.
at night, and the kids will probably sleep, so you don't have to be managing a bunch of civil wars breaking out in the back seat.
Yeah.
But more dangerous because you have more drunks on the road. It's harder to see.
You have a chance of falling asleep.
Yeah.
You're increasing that, I would think. But
So-
yeah, my parents used to do that.
Talking about cars getting better, the old headlights that would barely illuminate in front of you was
I
the
know.
worst. And of course, now we've gone the opposite direction, where everyone's
Looks like they have their brights on when they don't. Yeah.
it's like Hiroshima coming at you.
That's
It's very sensitive.
Please,
It's
I'm-
very sensitive.
I'm part Japanese, so
And,
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, that's
Please.
stolen valor. That's stolen valor. Anyway, Melody continues. She says, I loved driving at night with lesser traffic, cooler temperatures, and I have a few stories about getting stopped by police. This is when she had her own family. She would also drive at night. She said one time when I was pulled over for speeding, the policeman shined his light into my van to check out my story and see what was happening and let me go without a ticket. The next time I got pulled over at night, I immediately jumped out of my car and ran back to the police car because I didn't want him waking up my kids
Oh, no.
Wow.
by
don't do
walking
that.
up and shining the
Man.
light in
You're going to
there.
wonder what you're up to doing something like that.
Yeah, I think this is a privilege story right here
Oh.
because if a cop sees some big old bulky guy with tattoos running at him full pace in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
he's opening fire.
yeah, he's opening fire. But if it's some woman in a minivan, he's going to be much more kind about this.
Wow.
And wondering, if it's some dude, you're going to be wondering, what's he hiding in the van up there?
Yeah. God, that's risky.
I would even think with a woman, sometimes they would maybe tell her to stop and then wonder what's
Yeah.
in the van.
Anyway, she says, didn't want him waking my kids. He allowed me to sit in his car while he checked on my information. And when I got back to my car, my husband woke up and asked me about it. And she said that she'd gotten out of a ticket. Like the guy didn't give her a ticket. So she says her husband starts giving her the side eye, wondering what went on back there.
Yeah, why were you in
that
the police car?
Right.
You're in there for about 15 minutes and you come back out and say that you're not getting a ticket. What's going on there? She says, I'm still not sure he believed me that nothing happened. She continues. She says, the biggest surprise for me is that you guys don't want to listen, or is that you don't want to listen to anything when you drive. Now, correction here, that was mainly me.
Yeah, I have
that
to.
takes the long road trip without having anything on, any radio, any podcast going, anything. George has to have it. Craig, you're a mixture.
Yeah, I'd say 80% I'm listening to something, 20% with my thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Melody continues, thank you for rehashing all those wonderful memories for me and allowing me this forum to share some of them with you, your friend and fan, Melody.
Oh,
That's very sweet.
Melody.
Catherine also emailed us and said, my husband and I take our 2 kids on road trips every other summer. Started when they were 3 and 6. They're now 10 and 13. And our road trips are my most treasured memories as a family. We've driven thousands of miles, exploring a lot of countries, staying in small towns, meeting interesting people, and of course, seeing a lot of world's biggest blank signs. And the American Southwest is our favorite. Stops at Carlsbad Caverns, Grand Canyon, Zion National Park, Park City, Boulder, Arches National Park, Durango, Santa Fe. She loves the South and Southwest. They still play the license plate game, she says.
Okay.
They play I Spy, and they introduce their kids to music on road trips. So it'll
You
be
got a lot of time.
music
yeah.
that the kids don't know, and so
Yeah.
they educate their kids on that. We laugh a lot, argue every now and then, and there is more eye rolling these days with a teenager.
I was going to say, she's entering the years where it gets pretty rough. And, man, you talk about someone who can just absolutely kill the mood of a road trip.
A teenager.
It's going to be so much fun. We're going to go, huh, sounds fun.
What are we going to do there? Where are we going?
Oh, gosh. We're going to the Grand Canyon. It's going to be great.
Well, yeah, what is it?
Well, it's just this marvelous natural canyon that's just huge. You've
Why
never
do
seen-
I need to see that?
breathtaking.
Why do I need to see it?
Okay, never mind.
Even fake teenager has ruined my mood sitting in this room just then.
Gosh, why are they like? I mean, I guess I was too. I probably eye rolled. I didn't talk back.
Do you ever think? Have you ever been sitting in the front seat and two of your 3 boys get to arguing about something, Giorgio?
Yeah.
And you're like, why do y'all have to argue about this? This is the stupidest. There's 0 consequence to the outcome of this argument. Why do you argue?
Oh yeah, they would argue over everything, especially when they were teenagers and even preteens. I've told you guys before. We've been doing morning drive, so I wasn't there for some of these breakfasts, but they couldn't even agree on what the table would look like at breakfast, and they would have to separate the view of each other with cereal boxes just so they
Wow.
wouldn't see each other. That's how much they fought over everything. It started early in the morning.
At some point, aren't you like, look, we're in the same family. We're the same football team, and everyone else is the opponent. We support each other in this family.
They did most of the time, but yeah, there were times where they just couldn't even talk to each other.
Anyway, Catherine continues, thanks for cranking out these great episodes and for sharing your lives with us. Keep the stories coming, Catherine. And it's interesting, we talked about the road trip recently because, I informed you guys I did get pulled over. I broke my streak of not getting pulled over.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a shocking announcement.
I think I've gone a couple years without getting pulled over.
It's not that long, although considering how you drive, I guess it
good
is.
for me.
That's the shocking part.
It's
I
good
guess.
for me, but since we've had the World Cup in Dallas-Fort Worth, I think that they increased the police presence because of that. And so they started prowling the streets, and all of a sudden, breaking the law is against the law again.
Did you get pulled over more than once?
No, just the one time.
Okay.
The one time I was let off without getting a ticket.
Okay.
And the officer and I talked cars for about 5 minutes on the side of the road because
Really?
he noticed I was driving a stick shift. And so he told me about his car, that he's also a Save the Manuals fan. He's wanting to
All right,
save the
give us
manual
stats.
transmission.
How fast were you going? What was the speed limit?
Very tasteful. It's a little misleading because I was accelerating to get ahead of a group of cars that I felt they were driving erratically.
Okay, but give us the stats.
It was, I think, 70 and a 40.
Wow. Okay.
And you got out without a ticket?
But
I thought that was instant jail if it's 30 miles.
allow me to say, as I put the whole system on trial here, that this road, even though the speed limit is 40, like no one ever goes 40 on that. It's like a 55 at least.
Yeah.
At least a 55, maybe even a 60 mile an hour zone for most people.
Did you catch the officer, A, in a good mood?
No, he's in a bad mood when he walked up.
Okay. B, was he a fan of the radio show or podcast?
I'm thinking that's a possibility.
So that may be why he let you
somehow
off?
after he took my license and went away, he came back and he was nicer.
Okay.
So that's the only thing I think of.
Did he say why he was giving you just a warning for such an egregious violation?
No. He just said, please slow down.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. And I saluted him.
So on your record, I haven't thought about this. Like, I have no idea.
And asked him if he knew Melody. See if he had ever let her out of a ticket.
I have no idea what's on my driving record. I'm assuming it's clean just because if I've received a ticket and I haven't in a long time, I did something to deferred adjudication to get that off of my record.
Yeah, which is always weird. It's
Yeah,
such
it
a
is
great
weird.
loophole. I love
know.
that.
But like when he went to go look, he didn't see any sort of traffic violations for you. I'm guessing.
He had to see a lot of priors.
Do those all show up? I thought
You had the one in
Deferred-
another state that you were
deferred
nervous about.
mabutification meant
Yeah.
that they erase it from your record.
I don't
So
know.
like God himself is not even allowed to remember it.
What if you take driver's ed? Does that also erase it completely from the
Defensive
record?
driving?
Yeah, defensive driving.
Yeah.
Thought so.
I thought it did.
Maybe
And
it
after
does.
5 years, do you reset, or is it one from 1999 could still be on there?
I don't know. You know, I read lots of automotive forums and people talk about having points on their license.
Yeah.
Do y'all
I
know
have
what
no
that
idea.
is?
No.
I didn't know that. I don't know if we have that in Texas, where there's some point system where you get docked a few points for this speeding, for this infraction, whatever. And
What about warnings? Does that factor into it?
I don't know.
Okay, according to AI, taking a defensive driving course does dismiss the traffic ticket, but it does not erase it from your record.
Oh.
So you do get points added up. So you must have a ton of points.
Yeah, can I
It's
redeem them for merchandise?
I don't think so.
There's not,
Maybe
it's not like a
jail-
Sky Mall catalog.
Jail merchandise.
Yeah, but hey, I'm just as free of tickets as you guys are. So what do you think?
We need
of
to
that?
do that. We need to have a friend of ours who's in law look up our records and see what it looks like.
I think it's illegal for them to do that, sir.
Is it?
Yeah, my history is not allowed to be known without my permission.
Okay, well, I work with you. You can
That's
give
what
permission to me
That's
to
what I
look
told
at
the
it.
officer. He didn't have my permission to give me a ticket.
Gosh.
Yeah, it says here defensive driving does not remove points from your record in Texas, at least.
Okay.
No, I didn't even know we had a point system.
I didn't
I'm
either.
Way behind the game here. Hey, there was another P1 who told us that he takes road trips a lot and he drives a lot. He says that he set a new personal record last fall. He went 10,461 miles in 13 days.
Wow.
How is that possible?
A lot of miles.
What's that? 800 a day?
He didn't indicate whether there's not a few flights mixed into that, so I'm assuming this is just driving. Right?
So he must have done like a circle of the.
He did
13.
10,461 divided by 13.
Yeah, it's 800 a day.
Yeah,
Dang.
that's a lot of miles a
Man,
day,
That's a lot.
consecutive days too. So
I think I could maybe do that. That doesn't sound impossible, but it sounds exhausting.
Yeah.
2 straight weeks of 800 miles every day. So you're in the car for 12 hours every day.
yeah,
Probably takes 12, maybe 13
I
hours
could
every
do
day.
that.
I think my personal limit is after 6 hours. I'm about done.
Yeah,
I think
that's
you
a good
know,
number.
let's call it a day here.
Yeah, I just took a 10-hour road trip and
You busted it up though, didn't you?
No,
No, you went
No.
right through.
I always do it straight. And the
Not always.
first hour is great. Second hour, you start to feel a little fatigued. Third hour, you're ready to pull over and stretch your legs. Hours 8, 9, 10, you want to kill yourself.
Whoa,
I mean, it's
that's
all you can do to get to the finish
You mean
line.
you want to stop and rest somewhere?
I mean, it can't come soon enough, the finish line. So
Jeez.
there is a tipping point there, and it's probably around hour 6.
I don't think that I've ever driven for 10 hours straight.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know that I have.
Wow, I've done it so many times.
Of course you have. You're Captain Midnight.
Yeah. Which, by the way, my son and his wife gave me a Captain Midnight shirt for my birthday this summer.
Nice.
So
Where'd
I'm
you get
official.
that nickname from?
You know, it's a long story, but apparently that is a
Known nickname?
known character, Captain Midnight, and it was like from the 40s or something. Yeah, he looks like a superhero.
And he drives? He's just known as driving long distances?
He's like an Avenger kind of dude.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
There he is. Just do a Google search,
Yeah,
Captain
see, there he is,
Midnight.
Captain
It's a
Midnight.
superhero.
Yeah.
Well, he looks like from the 40s there, for sure. Okay, are we ready to get into today's podcast?
Okay, go.
So here's the topic. Love.
That's all you really need.
Love. How many times have you been in love?
Wow. Why don't you answer first?
Well, I have the data here.
What about you
I'm the
personally?
guy that brings the data.
But what about you, Gordon? How many times?
Oh, yes, indeed.
See, George?
Yes,
You got to
indeed.
flip it on him.
know.
You know
because
the
he'll
thing.
never answer.
You know the
does.
thing.
So if he's not going to answer, then I'm not.
What do you think the average is for, and I think this was Americans that they did this study. It was an Indiana university. And they studied how many times are people in love throughout their lifetime.
I'm going to guess it's multiple. It's not going to be one.
Okay.
I'm going to guess it's 3 or 4.
Yeah, I would say 3.
3. And would you say you're above average, below average?
What about you? What do you think?
What do you think, Gordon?
Ah, I don't know, but I would
What
bet
would you
that you're.
say?
I bet you're above average.
What would you say you are?
Oh, I think a cereal lover like me. I love Lucky Charms. I love
Yeah, I
Cookie
love
Crisp.
cereal too.
Yeah, I would say 3, 4.
Is your personal experience or your answer to this question?
No, I know the answer to the
Okay.
question of what's the average that has been studied, but I think 3, 4.
If you would
3,
ask me this a long
4?
time ago, I would say 3 or 4, but now I would just say 1.
Of course. All of us now say 1. All of us now say 1. If we were other people, is what I'm talking about. What we would say.
Yeah.
Well, the average is actually just above 2.
Okay.
So basically 2. Which, does that surprise you?
No, I guess 3 or 4. So I knew
Yeah.
it would be
Now-
around there.
And their question here was passionately in love, like passion love, which is, to me, I think is a little bit misleading, because what most people think of passion love is that crazy early dopamine dump of being obsessive love that happens right at the first start of a new relationship.
Which is actually lust.
Yeah, it's basically, it's a mating strategy that biology does on us there. And people who can't handle, and I've known some people like this who, when it falls out of that stage, they think, oh, well, this must not be the one.
Right.
This must not be true love, because true love is always exactly like those early hormonally infused time periods where you're obsessed with the person and you just can't, you think everything they say is great, and it's a mind meld and a body meld.
Yeah, and I do think there is a difference from the person that if you take it as far as marriage,
Mm-hmm.
I think that to me was a different level. I'm not just saying this, but I think of my first girlfriend who I was very fond of, but this is going to sound so cheesy, but sounds like a song. I really didn't know what love was until I met my spouse, I would say.
Yeah.
All the things that I
it's a
thought-
different kind of love. You
Yes.
redefine love, though, once you have the
Yeah.
long-term relationship.
Yes, and I remember thinking one
But
of the
you
things
remember
that-
how you were so obsessed with that high school girlfriend or junior high girlfriend,
Yes.
whichever one
all
that
I thought
was
about.
your first
and when
love.
she broke up with me the first time, I thought my life was pretty much over.
That was the other question I have is, how many times have you had heartbreak? And heartbreak sometimes can come in the form, and I guess love can too, within the same relationship. You can have your heart broken a couple times or 3 times.
I would say just one time, and it was devastating.
That was that first one?
Yeah, and I was 16 years old, so I mean,
there's
that was part of it too. As you're a teenager, you don't know
nothing worse
what's
than
going
that.
on, and I just and my parents were like, "Well, why are you so upset?" Well, you don't understand.
And parents can't tell you anything.
No,
They can't.
nothing they would say was going to make me feel any better. No
as
one could
as a
make me
parent,
feel
you
any
have to be
better.
gentle in those situations.
Yes.
I know that you're really upset about this and that.
Yeah.
But you will get through this. You
Yeah.
can't tell them that what they're going through is stupid and
Right.
you got zero perspective.
Yet 100% down the road, they will look back 20 or 30 years and say, why was I upset over that?
Right.
But you can't explain that to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's all part of the process.
See, I think I've had my heart broken a couple times. I'd say 3 times. I think that's the same. It's
3 different women's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about different women's.
Oh. Yeah. Well, now
Let's
you're
not make
talking
it too
about
restrictive here.
Yeah. Now you're talking about if you're throwing in just heartbreak
Yeah.
of, death or something like that.
Your favorite team losing.
Yeah.
It can't be that. This is
the
romantic
catch still
stuff.
haunts me.
Romantic
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, it was 2 point. I think it was 2.05. That's a weird number. Of
For
how many-
heartbreaks?
No. For how many people
Oh.
have experienced, that life altering, passionate love. There's no greater feeling than that kind of love. The problem is a lot of people get caught in that trap of constantly seeking that out and jumping from relationship to relationship because they're really in love with infatuation.
Right.
They're not in love with that other person. They're just in love with the next person that gives them that infatuation feeling again.
The only feeling that comes close to that is when your team wins a championship.
Everything goes back
Yes.
to sports with you guys. Everything.
He's right.
Everything. And then, so I think the second biggest number in this was either 3 or 0.
Times in love,
Yeah. Which
the
is a
second
little
and
bit
third
strange.
most responses
Yeah.
were those 2 numbers.
It says the average number of passionate love experiences reported was 2.05. 2 was also the modal answer. That's some of that research speak that I
Yeah,
get.
what does that mean?
A little glazed over on. Almost 1 in 3 people reported having experienced passionate love twice in their life. So
1 in 3.
close to
said
33%.
twice.
Yes, close to 33% of us. That was the biggest, I guess, percentage. But that seems weird to me. But okay.
How many said 0? What percentage?
By the way, that 1 in 3 is twice as many as those who had felt it either 3 times or never at all.
Okay.
So the second most is 3 times or not at all. That was tied for second place.
That's really sad that so many people responded 0. And is that a reflection? I don't know the age groups that were polled here, but is that a reflection of today's communication and, society going online? And so people aren't experiencing real love because so many of their friendships and relationships are online?
I think that it has to do with that. I think that we've become more atomized. We just don't have as many connections. We have more connections, but we have less deep connections.
I
with
guess
people.
so, but I guess I thought of people that I've known in my life that I think their number would be 0. Including
Really?
my grandmother's sister, who's a lovely woman. She was just so sweet to us. Never got married, and I never heard a story about her, having one big heart. Maybe there was one. We
But
know
you
a
never
few
heard the
other
story of
people
it?
who,
Mhm.
maybe have. I know we have a friend who I would say I don't think he's ever been in love. So it may have nothing. You're right. It may have everything to do with how we communicate now, but it may be just some people go through life and they don't have that one love.
We know a couple people, but for that to be one of the top 3 responses.
Yeah, no, that is surprising. Maybe that does mean that
that's a big number.
It's a new thing.
When it comes to 4 times, people who felt it 4 times, 1 in 9.
Yeah. I would think, but at the same time, I've known people who have, I would say, they've probably been around that number because maybe they've gotten up to the point of marriage, or maybe they have been married. And this to me brings up that conversation we've had before of a spouse will pass, say when they're in their 50s, and
Indeed.
they'll be waiting for them, on the other side.
Yeah.
And then the guy remarries like 6 months later. And then,
Yeah.
So how does that work?
Right.
They say that men remarry a lot quicker than women.
I think there's,
And
yeah, that's got to be true.
guys can't stand being alone,
Right.
which is kind of crazy, isn't it? Because the old stereotype is that women are the ones that crave that kind of connection and are relationship minded, and men try to run away from relationships
Yeah.
as much as they can. But when it comes down to losing a spouse early or getting divorced, that men oftentimes will remarry, and there's a healthy percentage of women who say, nah, I'm kind of done with that. I just want to be alone. I have my friends, I have my
Yeah.
social group and everything, but as far as getting married again, not interested.
Yeah, that is interesting. It seems just anecdotal proof is the people that I know. It seems like the guy always, most of the time, gets remarried. Seems to
Yes.
rebound better than the woman.
Yeah. So he can have another woman in this life, and then he still has that first one waiting on the other side. She's still waiting for him up there. So,
But then when all 3 of them pass, then that gets
You got some
complicated.
things to sort out.
Yeah.
It gets so very complicated.
Oh, hey, good to see both of you here. Anyway,
Or maybe in the afterlife, it's all cool. It's all, hey, we all love each other, and you've actually, your number's up around 19 or 20. That people love each other. It's okay to love more than just.
Okay, why do we have the thing, though, in our literature, in our history, in our collective consciousness that, hey, there's one true person out there for you? That's such BS, and we all know it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But why do we keep paying lip service to this idea?
I don't know.
It's good for romantic novels and
I guess
movies
so.
and things like that.
Well, does it make you feel uncomfortable too when you hear about, someone who passes, say it's a famous guy, and when he went to his grave, he was married, but his one true love was the one that got away 20 years before.
Yeah.
That's always kind of creeped me out.
That is creepy, and I also think that it's very unfair and I've seen this happen, men, women, it's across the board. The person that they carry a torch for, a prior relationship that didn't work out, and then you have their current relationship, which did work out, and they stayed married. Perhaps it didn't have fireworks all the way to the end and all that. It's so unfair to compare that brief blossoming flower of romance
Right.
to something that was a sturdy pyramid of love
Yes.
that lasted all that time, that had dedication, sustainability, and dependability to it.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole reason that early mind-blowing passionate love and infatuation happens in the first place is because it's not very durable. It feels like fireworks because it goes off the rails, and you may fight passionately in the beginning, and then you make up very passionately, and it's all this kind of. The problem is that the human brain desires those two things. That it wants dependability, predictability, and it wants novelty and adventure at the same time, and those things are on the opposite sides of the continuum.
Yeah. For that person who's been there year after year and decade after decade, they should be racking up points.
Yes.
And the other person's brain of, well, you can't even approach this. This is amazing.
Like our
Yes.
traffic ticket system.
Yeah.
be a point system.
Right. It's a point
Yeah.
system.
Right. What's the most crazy reason you ever heard of someone breaking up with another person?
Oh, my God.
Oh, gosh.
Seems like I've heard a lot of them. I don't really know where to start.
Yeah.
It was one of you two that broke up with somebody because she didn't groom enough down there. What was
No,
that
no.
story?
You're the only
What
one
was
that
that
ever
story?
talks about that. That wasn't us.
That wasn't us.
That was one of your stories. No, I can't really think of one. they all just seem really sad and that maybe they shouldn't have been together in the first place.
That's the thing. You ever known two people that can't quit each other despite the fact that the entire world knows that these two people shouldn't be together?
Oh, yeah.
But they just cycle in and out of that relationship over and over again.
Yeah.
And you're just so tired of hearing about the latest drama with
They're
them.
back together? Really?
It's like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, I've known several couples where everybody thought they don't belong together. They don't need to be getting married. And in almost all of those cases, 6 months to 3 years down the road, they were divorced.
Yeah.
It's like everybody on the
Everybody
outside
knows.
can see it,
Yeah.
but you can't say anything to those people.
No.
You ever been in love with someone who wasn't in love with you? I've never had that experience.
So. I don't think so.
No.
I mean, I've been very interested and they weren't. So that's about as close.
But you weren't
Yeah.
like friends or close to them in any way?
No.
Just kind of acquaintances?
Yeah.
Just had an interest, but because it wasn't reciprocated, it never was allowed to get to the point of being in love.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What about, have you ever gotten together with someone that one of your friends also had a serious relationship with before?
Serious? No.
No.
But I have dated people that did date friends of mine, but never serious. Like
Like,
I
to
don't
me,
think-
that ought to not be allowed.
I don't
That's
think I
off the
could do
table.
that. I don't think I could do that if a buddy dated someone for 3 years and then broke up. I would not date that person.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's too weird.
And I've had so many disagreements with people about this issue. Like, to me, it seems like it's an unspoken rule, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once your buddy has a serious relationship with that person, even if they break up, that's off the table.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, there's parameters there. They're in there like
Uh-oh.
how long did they go out? How good
Uh-oh.
a friend is that other person? I think there's some
George
There's some guidelines
George is
there.
pleading for wiggle room here.
No, I'm just saying it. I think it's kind of silly if someone goes like in a scenario if a friend of yours who's a good friend and they dated for a month. And
That's
then,
a month. Though.
Yeah,
right,
that
that's what I'm
doesn't
saying.
count.
There's parameters. Well, what is it? Then a year?
It's got to be I would
serious
say
Serious
relationship.
relationship.
at
Okay,
least
then
a
that may
year or
change
two, somewhere
Okay.
in there.
it. Okay, then on the other side of it is how good a friend are you like with that person that they used to date? Because I think that matters too.
So you're saying that you would give up the friendship with that guy if you really like the girl?
Yeah, if it really didn't matter to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do that.
Yeah, they've got to be in your top 5 to 10 of friends
Yeah. see?
because outside of that,
Parameters.
they become more acquaintances.
Mhm.
Yeah. Guardrails. That's all
But
I'm
yet,
saying.
yet, how many people? I swear, in my grandparents' generation, I used to hear about this. One of them would die, right? Not my grandparents, but one of their friends die, becomes a widow or widower, and then they'd end up marrying the best friend of that person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether it's just they had a small social circle or whatever, but it's
Yeah.
these people, they all grew up together. And so it's someone that they know. They don't want to go into old age being alone. And then they end up with their wife's best friend after their wife dies.
Yeah.
And that just
I've
seems
known
weird
those
to
too.
me. I mean,
Yeah.
I want them to be happy, but that just feels like you're creating a situation where you're going to be haunted.
Yeah.
And I've seen women, old women who knew they were going to die, so they were going to widow their husband, and they
Set them up.
yes, set up their husband, saying, "Hey, when I'm gone, you know,
Wow.
you really ought to date whoever, Betsy Sue. You know, she's a good woman and everything, and she'll take care of you and all that."
That's awfully big of them.
Yeah, that takes a pretty big heart to do something like
Yeah.
that.
That's kind of impressive, actually.
Yeah,
You
I'm
love
more
your husband's-
deathbed threats that if you ever look at someone else.
You love your husband so much that after you're gone, you want them to be so happy that you're going to set them up.
Yeah, that's
a
not
friend.
true love to me.
Oh my gosh, that's
That
The
was
definition
That's
Yeah.
just
of it.
wrong.
That was the theme of Pearl Harbor, the movie, not the old movie, but the one from.
What's that based on?
It's just a romantic story, and the guys
Pearl
were
Harbor.
best friends.
That's what people were referring to when they say Pearl Harbor. all
No,
the
no,
time?
no. It was a movie made 20 years ago. And the guys were like best friends, and
Mhm.
one of them they thought was lost in combat, But it turns out he comes back, and as he comes back,
no.
his best friend is
He's
hooked
with
up.
this woman.
Yeah.
But not true historical fiction. They just
I don't think it was true.
wrote
no.
that for the movie.
Yeah, it was just for the movie.
In that
Yeah.
historical
Who
setting.
I
played
just
the part
called
of
it a
Pearl in
documentary.
this?
Yeah.
All right, there's so much that we can talk to. I didn't even get to half the stuff that I wanted to, but that's okay. You know, that's what other podcast episodes are for.
That's right.
That's what's great.
Yep.
We have more to talk about than we could possibly ever do in our lifetime. That's what's wonderful about this. Thanks for listening to this. Remember, our whole back catalog is available. Peter Welpton, thank you for producing this episode.
Way go, Peter.
And I'd like to thank Muffin for sitting in
Thanks
today.
for having
You
me
didn't
on.
talk too much,
Yeah,
Muffin.
Yeah, I know.
But I always love it when
Lay
you're
it
in
out.
here.
I appreciate it.
Say hi to
Thank
Mr.
y'all.
Peppermint.
I will. Thank
Who?
you, Mr. Peppermint.